Hi YouTube, it's Annaline here. We're back for another episode of the Free to Be podcast. I'm gonna get that started. Hello and welcome back to the Free to Be podcast. I'm your host, Annaline, and again, I'm thanking you for being here with me today. In this week's episode, we're gonna be talking all about the voice, your voice. Your beautiful, beautiful, powerful, potent voice, the throat chakra in general. So, we have 7 energy centers within the body. They're called chakras, and they literally mean wheels. Like they're balls of energy within our beings, going along the spine, starting all the way down at the perineum, the root. And then you've got the sacral chakra, which root is resembled by the color red. The sacral is the color orange. That's your life force energy, your sensuality, your creative energy. And you've got your solar plexus right above your navel. That is yellow. That's all about your empowerment, your emotions. And then you've got your heart, which is green. Love, the portal to all that is your unique, beautiful heart, full of unconditional love. Going up to the throat, which is blue, all about your voice and speaking your truth, speaking what's on your heart, speaking out loud for people to hear, to receive, to witness, to experience, to integrate within themselves, helping to offer different perspectives. Shifts in perspectives is what creates miracles. It opens different doors and possibilities. Going up to your third eye, indigo, your intuition, your vision, your connection with your spirit, your divine infinite knowing. Going up to the crown, your connection to the divine, and all that is your sovereign God and Goddess self. Your connection to the infinite one. All of them working together. I like to envision a figure 8 moving through all of them and tuning in with them. So focusing on the throat chakra and why it's important. So your throat chakra is one of the upper 3 energy centers, and the upper 3 energy centers have to do more with your masculine energy. And there's masculine and feminine energy. There's yin and yang, light and dark, whatever terminology you want to use. Like people get really it's a sensitive it's sensitive to talk about using some of these words because we have an emotional charge associated with a lot of them. So when I say masculine and feminine, I'm not talking about male and female. I'm just talking about thinking of a cup of water. The water itself is the feminine. It's the flow. It's it's uncontained. It is free. It's can be wild. It's very potent and creative and unknown. And then the masculine energy would be the cup that holds the water. It is the structure. It is the direction. It is what keeps the feminine, the water, safe and contained. So these two have to have a beautiful synastry and chemistry and relationship with one another, so they both feel good. So the feminine still feels free to flow, but the masculine has like this clear direction and safety for her to fully be her whole self. They feed off of one another. So the throat chakra is one of the upper three chakra centers, and that's more masculine energy. And it's when you think of using your voice, like you're speaking with clarity, with direction, right? You're asking for your needs, or you're sharing your desires, or you're saying what you want or how to move. Using your voice is so important because as soon as we open up our voice and speak and share what truly is on our heart, we create more intimacy and we can better show up and serve one another once that what was once unknown, just kept within, is shared and is out, then it's known, it's into the light, it's seen for people to receive. So there's a beautiful power with using your voice and sharing, because then people can actually start to hear you and feel you and learn from you and learn about you, and it's beautiful. So this has been coming up for me a lot lately. There's been a lot of lessons on using my voice and speaking, because when I hold things in and I don't share and I just hope that my energy speaks for itself, it can be like people can pick up on that energy. It can feel like there's this closeness, and if you're not speaking and sharing, then there's this unclarity, there's this uncertainty, and that can feel really uncomfortable. And it's beautiful to sit in that discomfort and allow yourself to feel that fully. And also, when you can start using your voice and practicing sharing and speaking up for yourself, it does create deeper intimacy. And usually, um, when it's brought out into the light, it's met with love and just dissolves everything else, even though it might feel scary because you don't even know fully yourself what it is that you want to say or share, because you're literally figuring it out right then and there in those now moments as you're speaking and sharing with whoever it is, maybe your partner, your mother, your father, a friend, a lover, whomever. That's why it's takes courage and it's vulnerable, and that's why it does create deeper intimacy. And then you and whoever you're speaking to start to see each other in a clearer light and lens, and you can start to understand one another better and connect. Hmm. So oftentimes we might have built up feelings and we don't share them. That can create resentment within our system. And it's nobody else's fault but our own for not speaking out and sharing. This is very much a self empowerment tool to practice speaking out your needs, wants, and desires and your vulnerabilities. I have been practicing using my voice more and more and allowing myself to share what is on my heart. And I still sometimes can meet that resistance. Sometimes I close and I contract and I go within. And that often happens when we don't feel safe or we don't know the tools to share. And if we don't feel safe, then there's probably some distrust or a lack of structure, a lack of that healthy masculine energy. And so we need to communicate that and get on a clear page and have a strong foundation for us to go there. And then when there is safety within the system and the body, and we feel like there's something to share, like usually I will share, but there have been times where I've still met myself in the past not sharing, and that's because my own inner masculine isn't fully there. Yeah, I haven't fully tapped into it. And so I feel scared to share or not worthy of sharing, or I'm scared of what the other person might think or how they'll perceive me, whatever it might be. But when we have a healthy inner divine sacred union within our system, and we have love and grace and compassion for ourselves, it just gets easier and easier to truly share what is on our heart, which is then a gift to the other person, to the entire planet. It creates a ripple effect, and it all serves, and it's all love. Even when it sometimes doesn't feel like it, there's always a higher plan. And we might not even notice or see it until a week later or years later. But usually you can see the puzzle pieces and how it all came together perfectly. And when we reflect back, or usually, or at least in my experience, I'm usually so grateful for everything that's happened and what I've learned from everything and everything that I got to taste and experience. If we still have like regret looking back, then that probably means there's still things that were left unsaid. So your heart and all of you deserves to be shared and wants you to share. So we got to use and activate that throat chakra, baby. Because your voice is powerful and it's potent and it's strong and it's unique, and we need you. We all are divine beings and expressions of God. We all have God within us, and that wants to and deserves to be expressed. And only you can share what is alive for you. It is uniquely yours. And it gets to shift and change and flow in every now moment that you find yourself in. So, some beautiful tools to practice activating your throat chakra is allowing yourself to make weird noises. And I like to do this by myself oftentimes, but it's really empowering to do it with other people or like in front of a camera. But you can just allow yourself to make noises like this. Just like noticing, holy fuck, I have a voice again. Like shit, I forgot. Ooh, makes me think of when I was in choir class and we did like voice practices and warm-ups. It's like we can do this in everyday life, and it doesn't have to look a certain way or go through a certain form. It's like so free for you to decide and explore and see what feels good. It's just it's fun. So I encourage you to practice doing that for like a minute and seeing how you feel. Another beautiful way to start activating your voice is to allow yourself to push your edges, and maybe in the privacy of your own home or room, you can say all the things that you've never allowed yourself to say. Like, oh my goodness, how freeing can that be? Like, just like nobody can hear you, nobody can see you, just in the privacy of your own room, allowing yourself to just go off and share, and not having any shame or judgment for any of it, but holding this grace and compassion and unconditional love, this non-judgment. This is the God place, like holding that awareness, like we are allowing all to just be revealed here and shared and expressed here. So like I remember doing this for a few minutes, and it's like saying some of like the weirdest, most random stuff ever, and some of the most inappropriate or like darker taboo things ever, or like mean, like like whatever you got to do to get that out of your system, like just share it with yourself and let it get out, and having that grace and compassion. And then when it's out, it's cleared, like you're not holding that anymore, so there's no resentment building. You're practicing liberating yourself and your voice, and then you can show up clearer and speak with more love and more authority. So I encourage you to do those practices and allow yourself to start singing again. Heaven so loves to hear you. Creation so loves to hear you. Your friends, your family so love to hear you. You're so worthy of expressing yourself and of sharing. When you share, we can meet you better where you're at. We can feel you better when you choose to share. And when you share, it's an invitation for somebody else to share as well. So you're not only empowering yourself, you're empowering whoever you are with and is witnessing you and the entire world to also share and use their voice. And we're doing this with compassion, knowing that we're figuring it out as we go, having unconditional love and forgiveness and beauty all shared in the space together. It's very, very, very powerful. So again, allow yourself to be weird, to practice saying the things that you've held in out loud. Like there's one, like it's beautiful to write things out on paper. It's also so empowering to say things out loud. I like to talk to myself these days, like, because I know all of creation is listening. And so if I'm just being really truthful, vulnerable, and transparent, I usually can see myself better and like see, oh, maybe like this is a blind spot or a wound actually, and like I have some healing to do around this. Or it's like I share and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know I really felt that way. Well, that's beautiful. How can we adjust? How can like I better move to serve myself better? How can like my inner masculine energy serve my inner feminine better? Because like, oh, if you didn't even say that, I wouldn't have even known that you were feeling that way. Heaven loves to hear you. I love to hear you. I want to hear you. Practice using your voice, your beautiful, beautiful voice. And I love you so much. I hope that this episode serves you. And let me know on Instagram if you practice with these tools and how it felt, how it goes. Reach out to me on there. I love to connect with you. If you feel inspired, please leave this a 5-star review, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. Sending you all of the love and blessings. And I will see you in the next episode. Oh, also, yesterday was my birthday. Yay. Woo woo. I'm 25. So beautiful. It was also my daughter, Luciana's birthday. She is 4 now. It was a really beautiful, special day. So, to everybody who wished us a happy birthday, thank you so much for your love. Thank you so much for your beautiful reflections and messages. So grateful to receive them. And also, next week, I'm heading back to Michigan. I'm going to Electric Forest. So, there will not be an episode next week, most likely. However, when I come back to Colorado, we'll get back into the groove of it. And I'm so excited because we will be starting Embodied Freedom and we'll be gathering together in circle, connecting hearts, setting intention, getting in tune with our bodies, liberating ourselves, getting to know ourselves and one another deeper, and just being and having fun. It's going to be so beautiful. We get to dance, move, breathe, and create interesting sound together and see whatever wants to come through us. So I invite you into that space if you are a woman in Colorado, desiring connection and sisterhood, desiring to liberate yourself and your body and your voice more and get to know yourself better. Please DM me. And in July, I'm going to be offering it for free. And there will be a donation offering as well if you feel inspired to do that. And if you want to support this podcast, there's a link to do so in the description. Your support means the world to me, so I can keep showing up and being able to share and give and these perspectives and what I've learned and what's channeling through me. And thanking you so much for being part of this journey with me and for loving me, and really just hoping and knowing that it's providing the greatest value and it's exactly what the universe wants me to share, and whoever's meant to receive it is, and it's all happening so beautifully, divinely, and effortlessly. So thank you so much. Please donate if you feel inspired. Like seriously, it helps me so much. So grateful. And again, I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for being here. So much love. Goodbye. Okay. Yay! I hope that was helpful for you. I hope you're using that throat chakra, baby. Knowing and trusting yourself. Your voice matters, serves a purpose. It's beautiful, it's powerful. As we speak, like words create spells. It's like why it's called spelling, like you're spelling a word. So you want to be in alignment, you want to be in tune with yourself and be wise with your words and what you share, but you also like don't have to filter every single thing. Like allow yourself to flow and be free all the time. And that's how we learn, is through living and experiencing and reflecting. So I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Have a beautiful week, maybe 2 weeks if I don't see you. I love you. Send blessings my way for forest. I can't wait to see all my beautiful, magical people in the forest. I love you. If you're going to be there, reach out to me. Would love to connect. I know that our souls will. Somehow it just magically happens. So, so, so grateful. Loving you so much. Have fun and be free.